Okay, I was lucky enough to get a 34-pound kingfish yesterday. So it's all cut up, chilling down. And I'm gonna smoke this one. I got an electric smoker and I'm gonna make up some brine. And your basic ingredient is, I use brown sugar. You want about 2 cups. I got 16 pounds of fish and you want it to be covered. So you want 2 cups of sugar, salt. I don't have kosher. I got iodized, which you really don't want, but it'll work. So you want about 1 cup of salt. And then you flavor it to what you like. I don't have soy sauce or teriyaki, so I'm going to use some balsamic vinegar. And I have a little seasoned salt, so instead of a whole cup of regular salt, I'll put some of this seasoned salt in with it to make up a cup. I have a little bit of lemon pepper I'm going to use. And I got a little barbecue powdered sauce here. I'm going to put a little bit of that in. I'm going to use spring water because you don't want city water because it has chlorine in it, and I have sulfur in my well water, so I'm not going to use any well water. And the wood chips, I got pecan chips, and I'm soaking them in water so they're nice and wet and they'll make a lot of smoke. I never tried pecan. I used to use hickory and oak, but I think with fish, a fruit wood like apple or pecan or cherry would be good. So I'm going to mix this up and then we'll brine the fish off in it. So when you make your brine, these are the 2 main ingredients, sugar and salt. Sugar and salt is a preservative, and the salt is a disinfectant. So as far as flavoring, if you like pepper, black pepper, put black pepper in. If you like red pepper, put red pepper in. If you like garlic, put garlic in. Other than the salt and the sugar, any other seasoning is up to you. Some people put bay leaves. Whatever you like is the way you make your brine. Alright guys, I mixed the marinade up and I let everything dissolve, the salt, the sugar. I let everything dissolve and I poured it over the steaks, and you want to move the steaks around so it gets on both sides of them, and you just want to have it so it just covers, but this is a little bit short of covering, so if I push it down it'll cover, but I'll just flip them over. You don't want it really liquidy, you want to keep the concentration as strong as possible. And I'll leave it in here, let's see, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'll leave it until tomorrow morning, and that's about 12-16 hours. You don't have to leave it that long, but the longer you leave it, the more flavor it's going to have. And then I'll smoke it tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, I forgot 2 things. This bucket is impeccably clean. I cleaned it with bleach and then rinsed it real good. Everything has to be immaculate, spotless. And you want to refrigerate this as it's marinating. I keep it cold while it's marinating because I'm marinating it for a longer period of time. Okay guys, these were in the brine overnight. I took them out of the brine. There's the bucket of brine. And I forgot to mention, you want to use plastic, food grade plastic, because the salt would react to any kind of a metal container, so you want to use plastic. But I'm drying these steaks out here on these grates. These grates are going to go into the smoker, but I'm just drying them up a little bit. And the wood chips are all soaked, and we'll be putting them in the smoker, and we're going to preheat the smoker probably a half hour to an hour before I put the steaks in there. You want to preheat it, probably smoke around 150, 150 degrees. We'll start with that. And we'll put the racks in, probably smoke these for 6-7 hours maybe at 150, 175. All right. Okay, we're getting a little smoke out of here now. Yeah, she's smoking. I have the water pan there for moisture. I put about a pint of spring water in there to start out with. Okay, this is the last rack going in. So I got four racks, 16 pounds of fish. If you're gonna do it, I like to do it, you know, a lot at one time instead of little bits. Do it all a lot at one time. All right, so 175. You have the gauge up here, and we're gonna close the door. And that's it. 6 hours, we'll check it in 6 hours. Okay, I shut the smoker off about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. So they rested a little bit. It's still a little warm in there, but that's what they look like. So we'll see how they taste. Hope they taste good. Okay, we're done smoking. This is the finished product. And I pulled the bone out of this one. Big fish, big bone. This one has the bone in it still, along with this one. I had a little problem with the smoke. I have to work on that. I had to mess around with the smoke too much. I was having a hard time getting smoke to come off the wood chips. So I have to figure that one out for the next time. But this is it. They taste good. I'm going to make a little fish dip, maybe a little fish salad.